Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai Vishnu Pada Brahma Satyam Char Shloka Sita Shri Srimati Srimati Vishnu Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Namacharya Shri Haridas Thakur ki Prem se Kaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopinath Shyam Kunda Radha Kunda Girirvardhan ki Jai Epitome Vrindavan Dham ki Jai Nadev Shimai Dham ki Jai Purushottam Shri Shri Jagannath Dham ki Jai Om Namah Namah ki Jai Vrindadevi Vasudhana ki Jai Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki Jai Srila Prabhupada transcendental distribution ki Jai The most merciful Lords of Shri Shri Radha Madan ki Jai The most merciful Lords of Shri Shri Gaurav ki Jai The most merciful Lords of Shri Shri Jagannath Baladev Maharaj ki Jai Samaveta Gaur Bhakta Binda ki Jai Jai Gaur Premanande All glories to the Son of the devotees, all glories to the Son of the devotees, all glories to the Son of the devotees, all glories to Shri Guru Gauranga, all glories to Shri Guru Prabhupada. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudire Nashtaprayeshu Vadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttamasloke Bhakti Bhavati Mustaki Mojjānidurindasya Jnānanam Shalākam Chakshurunmītam Dēva Tasmai Shri Shri Caitanya Vishnu Sthapitam Bhutale Sarvabhautami Nandinādisvara Vandeham Shri Gurum Shri Bhagavatam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sadhyatam Sahamanuratam Vinamtam Sadivam Sadvaitam Samadutam Parinasahitam Krishna Chaitanya Radha Krishna Param Sahamanuratam Sri Vishakha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagapade Gopesha Gopika Kanda Namaste Tapta Kanchana Gauragi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhasute Devi Pranamami Vanchākalpadamobhyasya Vāsudhubheva ca Paritānaṁ Pāvanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna. Today is a very most auspicious day of the appearance of Srimati Rani is called Sri Radhashtami. Radhashtami is a very confidential festival. Why it is confidential festival? It is not for general people will not be able to understand the glories of Srimati Radharani. Even many other Vaishnavas also do not understand who is Srimati Radharani. She is revealed by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu because Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is none other than Krishna who came in the mode of Srimati Radharani. So the glories of Srimati Radharani are known to Gaudiya Vaishnavas. Now, who is this Srimati Radharani? In the Western world, when they saw Krishna with another girl, naturally the interest would go to the girl. Krishna, everybody, because he's a boy, everybody knows. Who is this girl who is next to this Krishna? So the interest aroused amongst people. Who is this girl? To understand this girl, one has to know the tattva. Radha tattva. Radha tattva is not ordinary tattva. We try to understand philosophically a little bit. Firstly, if you want to assess a person, you have to see what kind of enjoyment that person looks for. Suppose if you are looking for a materialistic person, what does the materialistic person look for enjoyment in this world? Materialistic person looks for money, followers, women, and there are many other carnalities such as cell phones, instruments, newspapers. They find so much happiness in reading newspapers. They find so much happiness in browsing through the internet. So this is the object of enjoyment for a common man in this world. But that is not a very good enjoyment program. Rather, Krishna denounces this program by saying, Ye samsparshya bhoga dukkha ye adhyam vanta kaunte ateshwara mate buddha. Krishna says, what is this enjoyment these people are looking for? This is actually dukkha. From the beginning to end, it is only dukkha. But these people are in illusion, thinking that this is the greatest happiness. So general people like us, materialistic conditioned souls like us, we seek happiness in these low things. But then what great personalities, what kind of happiness they look for? Ramante yoginam anante satyanande chidatmani. It is mentioned in the scriptures. Ramante means they derive great pleasure. What kind of pleasure? Who gets this pleasure? Yogis. The great yogis, the great devotees, they derive great pleasure. What kind of pleasure they seek? Anante, Satyanande, Chidatmani. They seek pleasure which is not of transient in nature, which is not dying in nature, which is not having a beginning and end. That kind of pleasure that the great yogis seek. So now, if yogis seek such pleasure, transcendental pleasure means not pleasures of this world. But then what kind of pleasure that Yogeshwara seeks? Yogis seek this pleasure. Krishna is called Yogeshwara. Yogeshwara means one who is the master of all the yogis. But what kind of pleasure Krishna seeks? In fact, Krishna is the seeking personality for everyone in this world. Everybody is seeking Krishna in some form or the other. Because Krishna is Anandamayo Bhyasa. Krishna is full of transcendental enjoyment. And every living entity wants some enjoyment. So naturally, They are looking for that highest enjoyment, which is there in Krishna. So Krishna is the object of enjoyment for everyone. Everybody is running after Krishna, seeking Krishna prema, singing the lamps of Krishna. Everybody is running. But if that Krishna, if he was enjoying, what kind of enjoyment that he would do? It's not ordinary enjoyment. Obviously, it's not ordinary enjoyment. He will not look for some cheap enjoyment. He will not run behind young girl. So obviously, when Krishna is running behind Srimati Radha, she is not ordinary person because Krishna himself is not ordinary person. Prabhupada said, we should not think Krishna to be ordinary person or not even extraordinary person. Then who is Krishna? Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. He is the cause of everything. Everything. If that Krishna is seeking for pleasure, what kind of pleasure, what kind of quality of pleasure that he must be seeking? So great acharyas like Swarupa Damodar Goswami, they say, actually there is one absolute truth, but that one absolute truth has become two. Absolute truth, if it is one, it is not very pleasurable. They say ekarasha dosaha. Ekarasha dosha means one is always not very happy. Two is very if you want to go directly and then try to understand Srimati Radharani, you cannot understand Krishna only. Vedeshu Durlabha Durlabha Mahatma Bhakti Govinda Mani Purushottamam Bhajami. If you want to have a head-on collision with Krishna, you will be baffled. Then what to speak of? You want to have a head-on collision with Srimati Radharani, you will never be able to understand. You cannot understand Krishna, then what can you understand about the pleasure potency of Krishna? So one should never do this. One should not try to approach Radharani directly and then try to understand her activities. That is very baffling, bewildering. So, how do we understand about Srimati Radharani? Through the acharyas. So, our acharyas have given us the understanding of who Radharani is. Radharani is that person who gives pleasure to Krishna. Exclusively, she is thinking of Krishna's pleasure. Everybody is thinking of their pleasure. And each one of us are thinking of our pleasure. We are thinking of our pleasure, we are seeing how can I be happy, how can I be happy, how can I be happy. Then somebody tells us, you can be happy if you make Krishna happy. Oh, that's nice. If I make Krishna happy, I will be happy. So I will make Krishna happy so that I can be happy. It's not that I will make Krishna happy so that Krishna can be happy. No. I will make Krishna happy so that I will be happy. So this is most of our situation. We try to make Krishna happy because we get some portion of that happiness. So in this way, the whole world, every living entity is trying to please Krishna so that they get some happiness. But is there anyone who is trying to please Krishna not for their sake, not for their happiness, exclusively for Krishna's sake? Let Krishna be happy. Whether I am happy or not happy, it doesn't matter. Let Krishna be happy. So this attitude is exhibited by gopis. The gopis of Vrindavan, they are so selfless that they were always thinking of Krishna's pleasure. They never considered their own pleasure. They never considered even Maryada also. Maryada means when these young girls, when they were bathing in Yamuna river, Krishna stole the garments of these young girls. And for a woman, And mana is more important than prana. She is ready to give up her prana for mana. But these girls, when their garments were stolen by Krishna, Krishna said, I can only give these garments when you come out of the river naked. So they were ready to even forego all the society rules also. They came out. And if this is what pleases you, Krishna, we are ready to do that. They did not come out for the garments, they came out for giving pleasure to Krishna. So, this is not ordinary. So, these gopis of Vrindavan, their devotion to Krishna is the most greatest. That is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said. Brajavadhu, Ramya Brajavadhu, this Brajavadhu's devotion is the highest. Aradhyo Bhagavan Brajeshataneha Tadhama Vrindavan. This Brajavadhu's devotion is the standard for everyone to follow. What is so special about these Brajavadhus? Brajavadhus means gopis. What is so special about their devotion to Krishna? They never consider their own pleasure. All of you must have heard before. There was a very wonderful, famous pastime that once Krishna, he had a headache. So Narada Muni came to Krishna. Oh Krishna, you have a headache. What is the remedy for this? Then Krishna told Narada Muni, if you can find the dust of my devotees, and if you apply the dust on my forehead, my headache will go. So then Narada Muni, in great hurry, he came to some brahmanas who are very pure in heart, pure in character, who are very learned, expert in understanding the Vedic essence. All these brahmanas were there. So Narada Muni came to these brahmanas and asked, Krishna has a headache, can you please give some of the dust of your lotus feet? Krishna said, if that is the only cure for him. Then these brahmanas, they replied, oh, Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, that's what we learned from the Vedas. And Krishna is the most worshipable personality in this world. And to such a personality, you apply our dust of our lotus feet, our feet. What great offense it could be, and what kind of great misfortune that it will bring upon us. Narada Muni understood. They are not worried about Krishna, they are worried about themselves. They are thinking that what? They are recognizing Krishna's greatness, that's all. These people are recognizing Krishna's greatness. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, this and that, all that they recognize. But when it comes to the pleasure, they are not ready to give pleasure to Krishna. They want to be safe. They are not ready to give the dust. So Narada Muni understood, and then he went to gopis, and he said the same thing. Krishna has headache, and the only way that headache will go away is that if you give the dust to the lotus feet. So the gopis immediately they took out the dust and then they placed it in the hands of Narada Muni. Narada Muni asked, are you sure? They said, without second thought, you immediately go and apply it on Krishna's forehead. You know who Krishna is? Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. What we know is that Krishna has a headache, and that headache must go. So for that to happen, if this is the remedy, immediately please go and apply it. Then Narada Muni counted. He said, do you know what is the result of giving your dust of your feet? Then they said, we don't know. You will eternally live in hell for doing this offense to Krishna. And the gopis said, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. If because of our living in the hell for eternity, if Krishna's headache is gone. Yes, that is our greatest happiness. So this is not ordinarily understood by everyone. We can speak about it, we can hear about it, like those Brahmanas. We are not even like those Brahmanas. We are like, Yehi samsparshaya bhoga. That is what our category is. Asatyela satya pariman. That's our category. Our category is that whatever is tucha, that's what we think it is acha. Tucha is acha for us. So, for such people, what will they understand the glories of Srimati Radha Rani and all that? So, Prabhupada, when he gave lectures, he did not try to explain Radha Rani and the pastimes of Radha and Krishna. He did not try to do that. Because he understood that these people can never assimilate this understanding of what is Krishna's pleasure potency. But this much we can appreciate, that a simple point that we can appreciate is that the gopis' devotion for Krishna is the highest because they did not consider their own happiness. Not only their own happiness they did not consider, they were ready to go to hell for eternity if for a little time Krishna's headache is gone. This is the greatest sacrifice. So, amongst all those gopis, it is said there are hundreds and thousands and millions of gopis are there in the Lord. And out of such number of gopis, Krishna considers everyone dear, but there is a category of dearness. 1008 gopis are considered most intimate to Krishna. 1008 gopis. And in those, amongst those 1008 gopis, there is another category of gopis who are more dear to Krishna, inner circle, and they are 108 gopis. And out of those 108 gopis, there is another inner circle, that is 8 gopis, Ashtashaktis. You must have seen the picture of Krishna, right side 4, left side 4 gopis. So these 8 gopis are considered most dear to Krishna. Among these 8 gopis, there are 2 gopis who are considered most dear to Krishna. One is Radha Rani, another is Chandravati. And amongst these 2 gopis, one gopi is most dear to Krishna, and that is Radha Rani. Just like Krishna has no second. Krishna has no second means there is no one who can fill the position of Krishna. He is second, no one is second to him. Advitiya. Krishna is called Advitiya. Advitiya means no Dvitiya. Dvitiya means no second. So that is Krishna. Similarly, Radharani is Advitiya. There is no second to Radharani. Because in every form she expands herself and gives pleasure to Krishna and all Krishna's incarnations. If you see Lakshmi Devi gives pleasure to Lord Narayana, that Lakshmi Devi is none other than expansion of Srimati Radharani. Rukmini, expansion of Radharani. Satyabhama, expansion of Radharani. 16,108 queens of Dwaraka, expansion of Radharani. All the gopis in Vrindavan, expansions of Radharani. Just like Krishna has unlimited incarnations, similarly, Krishna's pleasure potency has also unlimited incarnations. And that all those incarnations are stemming from one personality, and that personality is Srimati Radha. So, she is not an ordinary person. General people like us, we should not try to attempt to understand the affairs between Krishna and Radha. Just like if there is a big king, the king is sitting on a simhasana, and all the ministers, all the great poets, all the great soldiers, everybody is, assembled in the great assembly. And if a common man comes, he is given an opportunity to glorify the king. A common man comes, and now he starts glorifying the king. What does he say? My dear sir, your ruling is such great thing. that every one of us are very happy. We are freed from all kinds of draughts. We have no problem. All our necessities are nicely met, and we are freed from all kinds of rogues and thieves. In your kingdom, everyone is happy. This you can glorify. A common man can come and glorify. But if the common man comes, my dear king, you are a very romantic king. You have a very uh, nice affairs going on in your Antapura with your queens. What will the king do? Will he be happy? No, he will say, first tie this fellow, behead this fellow. This is what the king will say. Why? Because you crossed your adhikar. You don't have adhikar to talk about the romance of the king. You have adhikar how you are protected by the king, that's all. Similarly, all of us have certain adhikar to glorify Krishna. And what is that adhikar? We can say how Krishna is so wonderful. Imejana, Padasvudha, Supakpokshadi Virudha, Vanadri, Nadi Udanmanto, Edante, Tavavikshidai. This you can say, my dear Krishna, by your vision, everything is flourishing nicely, everybody is happy. You can say, but you cannot enter into the confidential pastimes of Krishna and then think that that is glorification. Krishna will be very unhappy. Krishna will be very angry, in fact, if somebody tries to do that. A common man tries to do that. Who can glorify Krishna's confidential pastimes? Those who have participated. For example, the glories of Vrindavan pastimes can be enunciated by Vrindavanasis, not even Dwarkavasis. Dwarkavasis cannot confidently glorify Vrindavan pastimes. Only Vrindavanasis can glorify Vrindavan pastimes. Similarly, Dwarka pastimes can be glorified by Dwarkavasis. Nobody else can confidently do that. So there is a adhikar, there is an etiquette, and everybody has to follow that etiquette. So Radha Krishna Leela is not so cheap, which is so much talked about by these Bhagavad Kathakars. Prabhupada was very unhappy when these Bhagavad Kathakars, especially they focus on the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam and the Leela between the gopis and Krishna. They try to objectify all of this to simply to agitate the senses of conditioned souls. Prabhupada denounced this. This is greatest offense to Krishna. So we don't have adhikar to glorify Krishna that way. Once in Bombay or someplace, Prabhupada he was invited with his disciples by a Marwadi man. Prabhupada went there, and after going there, this Marwadi man and his family members nicely, they arranged all kinds of foodstuffs, offered it to Krishna, a nice feast prasadam was served everyone. And then everybody took prasadam, everybody was very happy. Then they took Swamiji, Prabhupada, to a different room. And they made him sit on a nice elevated seat. And they very confidentially asked, Swamiji, can you please tell us about Radha Krishna Leela? Prabhupada looked at them very compassionately because they served with great happiness and great hearty service they rendered. Prabhupada didn't want to offend them. So you know what Prabhupada said? You may be qualified to hear the pastimes of Radha and Krishna, but I am not qualified to share those pastimes. And they understood the mistake that they had committed. They immediately fell at the lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada and asked for forgiveness. Sorry, we have asked more than our adhikar. We don't have qualification to understand Radha Krishna pastimes. So similarly, Prabhupada knew that if he had not given a very balanced understanding of Hare Krishna pastimes, tomorrow the future commentators in Srimad Bhagavatam, they will try to spoil it. So that is why what Prabhupada did, he has translated the 10th canto, paraphrased the whole 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam in the form of Krishna book. And he has written that Krishna book in such a balanced manner. If you read Krishna book, you will be appreciating Prabhupada so much. Whenever there is a confidential pastime that is coming between Radha and Krishna and gopis, then he would also bring in the philosophical understanding of who they are, what they, what is the pastime, and all of that. You will find that Srila Prabhupada was very balanced because Prabhupada understood that he may not be alive to translate the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Till 87 chapters or something Prabhupada has translated. The rest he could not. He had to leave the body, he left the body. So Prabhupada was very upset with this cheap, cheap promoters of Radha Krishna pastimes. They are sahajiyas. The sahajiyas, they talk about Radha, 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 Radha. What qualification do you have to speak about Radha? You can say Krishna, 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 that's all right. You cannot say Radha, 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 Radha. If you want to say Radha, then include Krishna. Radha, Krishna, Radha, Krishna, Radha, Krishna. Don't say Radha, Radha, Radha. This is a Ravana's mentality. Ravana only wanted Sita, not Rama. Either we have Ravana mentality or Surpanaka mentality. One of this. He wanted to separate them. Surpanaka wanted only Rama. She doesn't want Sita. And what Rama wanted, Rama wanted only Sita. So this is the demonic mentality. To see Krishna alone, to only see Krishna alone is a demonic mentality. Krishna is never alone. Krishna is always with his associates. So we always worship Krishna either with Radha or with Rukmini or with other associates of Krishna, but never alone. Some of the famous people in Andhra Pradesh and in Telangana, they have constructed temples only for Krishna. Jai Giridhara, they have named it. But it is not very much for liking of Krishna. Krishna will not like it. You don't keep any of his associates, you only keep him. Krishna will not. So we must understand. Originally, I thought of speaking about Radha, but then I got scared. I don't want to touch that topic because I remember myself as an ordinary citizen of Krishna's big empire. And if I come to the empire, what will I speak about Radha? I felt absolutely no qualification to speak about Radha. But one aspect of Radha that we can appreciate is that she is very, very, very selfless. She's so selfless. Whatever happiness that she experiences in the association of Krishna, she wanted to share that with everyone. You must have heard about the swing pastime. The swing pastime where Radha and Krishna are seated and the gopis were swinging the swing. So the gopis were swinging the swing so fast that Radharani was scared that she was not able to hold. She needed to hold Krishna to protect herself so that she doesn't fall. So then she held Krishna tightly. When she held Krishna very tightly, she experienced great transcendental pleasure. Not the pleasure which a young man experiences or a young woman experiences by embracing another young man or woman. It's a completely different pleasure, transcendental pleasure she experienced. Then immediately she thought, oh, holding Krishna gives so much pleasure? Then why it should be exclusively to me? Why not all the other gopis who are swinging us? Then she came down from the swing. She took each gopi and kept the gopi alongside of Krishna and she started swinging. And she started swinging so fast so that the other gopi also will hold Krishna tightly so that she doesn't fall down. And then when she had Krishna very tightly, she experienced the same pleasure what Radharani has experienced. In this way, with every gopi, she did that. She herself personally swung the swing. Now imagine any lady in this world do this with her husband or a lover. Imagine nobody. If by chance if somebody sits next to her husband, she becomes fierce. She becomes fire. She becomes fire and then she burns the other person. That's the general tendency of conditioned soul. But Radharani is not like that. Radharani is very, very special person. Why she is special? Because she doesn't have any envy towards anyone. She doesn't think that anybody is competitive. She thinks that everybody is Krishna's property, and Krishna's property must be offered to Krishna. And if she can be an instrument in offering back Krishna's property, she feels greatly happy. So this idea is unimaginable by conditioned souls like us. Sukhamatram swasukhatvam. She's only thinking her pleasure is pleasure of Krishna. That's all. What is my pleasure? Krishna's pleasure is my pleasure. If Krishna is happy, I am happy. If Krishna is not happy, no matter how much independent pleasure you supply to me, you cannot do it. This is the mood of Srimati Radha. So today is her appearance day. On appearance day, you can beg for mercy. Lord Caitanya has told us that we are all Jivera Swarupa Ho Nityera Krishna Das. What is our original Swarupa? We are always eternally servant of Krishna. And what is the position of the servant? Servant means who serves. What is the object of service? What is the purpose of service? If you are serving someone and by your service if that some person is not happy, then your service is useless. So the purpose of service is to keep that person happy. So now, all of us, if we want to regain our original position of Jivera Swarupa Hoy Nityara Krishna Das, we must serve to give happiness to Krishna. And if we want to give happiness to Krishna, how do we give happiness to Krishna? We have to learn how to give happiness to Krishna from an experienced person. And who is that experienced person? Srimati Radha. Srimati Radharani knows the best how to serve, how to give greatest happiness to Krishna. So if you want to regain your position as a living entity, as Nityara Krishna Das, then we have to approach Srimati Radharani and beg her, my dear mother, you are the supreme mother of all mothers. So kindly reveal to me how to give happiness to Krishna, how to give pleasure to Krishna. Kindly reveal to me. So this is the mode with which we can approach Srimati Radharani. If this mode is alright, okay. Any other mode than this is little different. But even with this mode, we don't approach Radharani directly. Radharani has many servants. While all these acharyas are claiming as the servants of the gopis. Gopi, Bhartru, Padakamalayo, Dansa. Who is saying this? The greatest acharyas are saying that we are all the servants of 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 the gopis. So when they claim they are servants of the gopis, not even directly but hundreds and thousands down, so you have to approach through the acharya. You cannot directly say, Radha, I want to understand how do you please Krishna, please tell me, teach me. No, you cannot. You have to go through an acharya. So we have an acharya, Srila Prabhupada. Interestingly, Srila Prabhupada's mother, when Srila Prabhupada was born, Srila Prabhupada's mother and father, they had big dreams for Prabhupada. Especially the mother had big dreams for Prabhupada. The mother thought that my son should go to London and become a barrister. That was the dream of Prabhupada's mother. But Prabhupada's father's dream was a little different. Prabhupada's father said, he doesn't have to become a barrister and this and that. If he simply becomes a servant of Radharani, that is the perfection of his life. So he desired that Prabhupada be the servant of Srimati Radharani. And it so happened that Srila Prabhupada fulfilled the desire of his father. That he became the servant of Radharani and actually he propagated the glories of Radha Krishna all over the world. Radha Krishna is very much unknown to the Western world. Maybe Lakshmi Narayana was a little bit known, Radha Krishna was unknown to many people. But Prabhupada made Sri Radha Krishna known to millions of unfortunate souls. So he is the true servant of Srimati Radha. So if we have to approach Radharani, we have to approach through the Acharya Krishna Prabhupada. In his footsteps, if we follow, Radharani will be happy. And Radharani, when she becomes happy, Krishna becomes happy. Radharani is very merciful. Suppose if somebody comes to the temple and then by chance if he falls, then Radharani will tell Krishna, you see that boy is sweeping your floor. You fell down because some slip of a leg or something. But the way she looks at it, that he is cleaning the floor. And Krishna, he will not go beyond Radharani's words. He will not try to analyze whether this fellow actually fell down or actually is sweeping. Doesn't matter. Whatever Radharani says, he will accept. That's all. Because he became a dasa of Radharani. He became a dasa of Radharani. Everybody is trying to become Krishna Das. But Krishna Das has become Radha Das. That is quite interesting. Prabhupada, when he installed, Prabhu said last time, Prabhupada, he named the deities Radha Madan Mohan. Prabhupada said Madan Mohan. Madan Mohan means the most attractive form of the Lord. Cupid is considered most beautiful, and everybody is attracted to Cupid. But that Cupid, not one Cupid, millions of Cupids are attracted to Krishna. Madan Mohan. But then there is another person next to Madan Mohan. And what is her name? Madana Mohan Mohini. Even this Madana Mohana becomes Madana Daha by seeing her. And that is why she is called Madana Mohan. That is why she is So, as I said, we should approach Srimati Radharani's lotus feet through the lotus feet of Acharya like Srila Prabhupada. Or any Acharya who has that pure devotion towards Radha and Krishna. Through them we can actually get the qualification to approach and beg them to take our service and then offer it to Krishna if you so desire. I don't have any service attitude, I don't have any devotion, but if you so desire, you are very merciful, kindly take this little service and offer it to Krishna. And when you give it to Krishna, Krishna becomes happy. And that's the perfection of my life. If Krishna becomes happy with my little service, that's the perfection of my life. So this is the mood of the devotee. So we are very fortunate that these very deities which were established by Prabhupada, Prabhupada established this Radha Madan Mohan deities not 1976, much before that. He actually established them in 1973 or 74. And then those deities were brought here. And then after that, Gaunita and Jagannath were also added, and then this temple was inaugurated by Prabhupada in 1976. Those very deities, you can see the photographs which are displayed here, how the Radha deities were installed by Prabhupada. And we are getting the opportunity, even after so many years, 50 years, we are getting the opportunity to serve their worships. So when I entered into the altar, I was only thinking, what is these personalities and who am I? How am I getting the opportunity to go and do Abhishek to these personalities? It's unthinkable. And what is it? It is the mercy of Srila Prabhupada. So if we approach like that, then whatever offenses or whatever mistakes that we commit in doing service, those things will be taken care of by Acharyas. It's not that we should deliberately make mistake and then push it on Acharya, but there will be inherent mistakes happen in doing service, especially when you serve great personalities. You don't even know how to serve them. If you invite a great cultured personality, you will be in so much anxiety what to serve. Whether to serve in some customs, somebody serves the salt first, somebody serves the sweet first, somebody serves the buttermilk first. So different ways of serving is there, and you will be completely confused what to serve first. Similarly, we are serving the Supreme Lord, Krishna, and His Supreme Consort, Radha. How can we serve ordinary persons? We are uncultured people. We don't even know how to serve some respectable personality, but we are serving Radha Krishna. So there will be many inadvertent offenses. Those offenses will be taken care when we approach through the Acharya direction. So we should always pray to Radharani through the Acharya and ask her to have her merciful glance upon all of us, so that we can get a very faint desire to please Krishna, to ourselves. That is the purpose of Radhashtami. That is what we should desire for. So let us pray to the deities. Let us pray to Srila Prabhupada that we are extremely fortunate that we have this opportunity to render some service to them, and may they be pleased upon us. May they oversee our offenses and increase our devotion towards them, so that we are eternally bound to them in loving devotion service. So with these words, I would like to close this discussion. And the story of 145 is the darshan, so we still have 8 minutes. We'll handle it with them, this 8 minutes. This is the prayer we can offer to Radha through Srila Prabhu. And we ask prayer to fill in this space. Radha Ramana Hari Om. Jai Jai Radha Ramana Hari Om. Radha Ramana Hari Om. Jai Jai Radha Ramana Hari Om. Hare Krishna. Jai Shri Radha, Devi Jai Shri Govinda, Jai Shri Radha, Devi Subramani ki Jai, Samale Lago Bhakta Vrind ki Jai, Nitya Nande.
Kumara Hare Krishna Nanda Kumara
Brajavara Nagara Yashamati Nandana Brajavara Radha.